All right, what's up, guys? Kyle Spears and Matt Grimm here from Blacklist HQ, talking about 20.5 initial thoughts. The workout: 40 ring muscle ups, 80 wall balls, 20 pounds for guys, 14 for women, to 9 foot for women and 10 foot for guys targets, and then 80 cal row and then 120 wall balls. You can break this up in any order you want, and there's a 20-minute time cap. There is also a tie break time after you finish the wall balls and the row. For the elite athlete, that's probably not going to come into factor. For some other people looking to get muscle ups or not have a super big strength in muscle ups, that might come into factor. So we'll kind of talk about that a little bit here. There's a lot of strategy to this workout, guys. It's going to be very athlete dependent. So make sure you get with your coach and come up with the strategy that's going to work best for you specifically. We're going to throw out a couple strategies here, but I mean, there's an infinite number of possibilities that you guys can do here. So all the way from like 40 rounds of 1, 2, 3 to doing it all at once. So so Matt's going to talk about one strategy here. Go ahead, Matt.
So if we want to break it up in 10 rounds, we also want to minimize the number of transitions. So putting yourself in a position to be able to just sprint on that rower at the end, because that's when you can really hammer out. Like, you're just left with wall balls. You can't really speed up a wall ball. You're stuck with what gravity's going to do. So you could do 10 rounds of 4 ring muscle ups and 12 wall balls, and you might break that up a little bit depending on feel. So it might be you do 3 rounds of that and then a 10 cal row just to give yourself a little bit more rest, another 3 rounds of 10 cal break, 2 rounds of 10 cal break, 2 rounds. You're done with your muscle ups, you're done with your wall balls, and now you just have 50 calories left that you can kill yourself to get after. Another strategy, same idea, but go 4-3-3, and you have 60 calories left, but you're putting yourself in a position to where you have your wall balls done, you have your muscle ups done, and it's just get after it on the row and sell your soul a little bit.
Yep. So that's one strategy, guys. Definitely looking to finish the row last. If you saw Vellner, he was able to kind of elicit a little bit more intensity on that row versus Annie, who was just kind of like methodically doing wall balls. Reason for this, like Matt said, you can kill yourself on the row. So essentially you can speed up the row, whereas a wall ball has a pretty finite contraction rate along with the muscle up. So we're really looking at putting that row last because, again, we can potentially speed up the row depending on how fatigued you are. The other strategy we're looking at here, guys, is we're going to go 8 rounds in total. The first movement, so we're looking at basically making this workout a couplet. And the first movement is going to be ring muscle ups. We're going to hit 5 of them. And then we're going to break the calories on the rower or the wall balls up. Again, if you want to kind of finish last on that row, you can hit the wall balls first. But the calories on the row will be at 20 and the wall balls will be at 30. So essentially you're going to do 4 rounds of 5 ring muscle ups and 20 cal row, and then 4 rounds of 5 ring muscle ups and 30 wall balls. And again, you guys can flip flop those whichever way you want to, but that will be 8 rounds. So it's going to mitigate transitions a little bit as well. The things to keep in mind are fatigue factors from this one. You obviously, I don't know if you guys listened to after the broadcast, but Annie was talking about her traps being really lit up on wall balls. More than likely, she could have done those wall balls unbroken if it was just 40 and 120, but I think the row came into play on that a lot. So if you guys have done, more than likely you guys have done some sort of rowing wall ball, rowing ring muscle up, wall ball ring muscle up workout this year. So just kind of think back to those fatigue factors that we're setting in. If you guys are having blown up shoulders, it might not be the best idea to go right to ring muscle ups after your wall balls. If you guys are looking at pacing things a little bit differently, and it might be a good idea to kind of save the shoulders with a little bit of row, then go into the ring muscle ups. Vice versa, if you guys have some issues pulling after rowing, personally, that's something that affects me. it might not be the best idea to go into ring muscle ups after the row. So if you guys just kind of think back to and use some of your old workouts throughout the year, just kind of think back to some of those workouts, some of the fatigue factors that set in, you guys can probably build out a little bit of a structure for that, if that makes sense. Do you have anything on that, Matt, or any other thoughts on that?
Um, yeah, it's gonna be individualized as to what you want to put before you do your muscle ups, as to what your limiting factor is there. I have some thoughts for less competitive athletes.
Yeah, totally. Go ahead.
So, tie break, so it's a 20-minute cap if we're less proficient with the muscle ups. So putting ourselves in a position to get the best possible score, we want to get as many muscle ups in there as possible while still getting the calories and the wall balls all done, because a rep is a rep, and the tie break time, if we're not going to finish, is the rowing plus the wall balls. So start off with that muscle up, get one or two of them in, and then chip away at your wall balls and rowing. And when you think you're about ready to do some muscle ups, maybe an easier row or break a few extra times in your wall balls, depending on what that limiting factor is, and then set yourself up to get a few more ring muscle ups, and then just keep hammering away at that strategy for the remainder of that time, making sure that you finish the row and you finish those wall balls, because a rep is a rep at the end of the day, and any rep past 200 is going to be a big difference in that leaderboard.
Yeah. One thing you guys might want to try too is like, if you guys are sticking with that strategy, maybe come up with like a 10 and 10 or something like that of wall balls and rowing. And then maybe like every 2:30 or every 4 minutes or every 3 minutes, every 90 seconds, you do 1 to 2 ring muscle up attempts. So you're going back and forth between those wall balls at 90 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever your time is, you go and attempt 1 to 2 muscle ups or complete 1 to 2 muscle ups. And then you go back into that 10 and 10 or whatever you decide to break it up into. I guess that would be something more like 10 and 15 or something along those lines, or 12.
I think 10 and 20. No, yeah, 10 and 15. 10 and 15.
Okay, yeah, that would, yeah. So I think that would break it up evenly. So yeah, so maybe something like that, guys, where like you just set a time domain of like, okay, every 3 minutes I'm going to hit a muscle up or hit a muscle up attempt, or 90 seconds hit a muscle up attempt. There's a ton of variability to this, guys. It's very, very, very individualized. So you could treat it that way. If you guys were potentially coming in, yeah, sorry. Yep, that was it on that. My bad. Do you have any other thoughts on that one, Matt? Or
if you don't have a muscle up and you're close, just start a timer before you go for every muscle up attempt, and if you hit it, do your 80 wall ball or 80 calories and 120 wall balls right after that, and then see if you can get another one in.
Yep. So yeah, for most people, we think this is just going to be a limiting factor on the muscle ups, guys. So just kind of pacing those out as best as possible. I would probably peruse through Instagram pretty frequently this weekend and just like get an idea for tons of different strategies. And just kind of like, if you're going to retest this one, pick one that's best for you and retest that one. This is probably for the elite. This is something that they could, if needed, test multiple times. Vellner didn't look like he was very messed up after that one. So, but for most people, it's probably going to be a 2 attempt at most workout. So, come up with your strategy, try it out. And then, if peruse through Instagram and just kind of see if there might be a better one for you, make some adjustments based off the one that you did on Friday or Saturday, and then make some adjustments for that reattempt. So you have anything else, Matt, or?
Nothing else.
Cool. Right on, guys. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to be putting out some movement videos here shortly. And then, as always, we're putting a warm-up on our Instagram page. So if you guys follow that, you guys can get a good warm-up for this workout. So good luck, guys. The Open is over. Have fun and enjoy some time off after this. Please take some time off after this also.
Please.
So anything else, Matt? Or?
That does it.
All right. Good luck, guys.